Good afternoon, John Herrin here, Jack Bradley Insurance Agency in Cornelia. I'm excited to have Alan Baker with me. He's one of the owners of Headwaters Realty here in Habersham County. Alan and I'm in the insurance industry. Alan's in real estate. Things go hand in hand with real estate and
Absolutely.
insurance.
Working together every day.
Absolutely. I'm going to turn it over to Alan and let him tell us a few things about what he's seeing in the industry.
Yeah, so as you may have heard, real estate is a seller's market right now. I took a look at some data for this morning, year over year, April over April, and saw some pretty unique numbers, John, here. New listings year over year are down 28%. Wow. New inventory coming into the market, not making it. New pendings, and what that means is properties that have gone under contract, is up 41% year over year. And of course, the average sale price is up 39% year over year. So stronger values in the marketplace for sure. Why is this happening? Well, there's limited new construction that's going on. We're all familiar with, and I know you're going to mention this a little later, we're all familiar with the materials costs are really rising quickly. There was also a really strong refi. A lot of folks refied their house a couple years ago, and so to take advantage of those strong rates, they decided to stay where they're at, so they're not selling. And then, of course, a lot of folks are saying, hey, I'd sell my house, but I can't replace it right now. I can't find what I'm looking for. There's nothing to buy. And so that creates a seller's market, and definitely it's a supply and demand issue right now, John.
Well, on the insurance side of things, we're also seeing some problems. And I don't really know how you define crisis or when you get into the crisis standpoint. But from our standpoint, we're seeing some major issues. I'll flip the page here. What we deal with, it goes hand in hand with what Alan was just saying. When people sell their house, yeah, they may come out way ahead, but they have nowhere to go once they sell. What we want to make people aware of is what it costs to put back the house that you had. If something happens to your house, this is an example. Let's just say you've got a 2,500 square foot house, okay? In 2016, roughly $287,000 to build that house at $115 a square foot. In 2021, we're looking at more like $210 a square foot to put that house back, which is $525,000 for that same house over a 5-year period. The three things we're seeing cause that, number one, and our concerns that we really want to make people aware of, if they get into a situation where they don't have enough coverage, these are the three things that can happen. Number one, there's nothing out there to rent.
That's right.
If your house is a total loss, there's nothing to buy. So you have nowhere to go, nothing to rent, nothing to have a house, a roof over your head. Number two, if you try to build, there's nobody to build it because the shortage of contractors, shortage of labor, everybody that's in it's so busy, they can't get the house built back.
And if you do try to schedule somebody, they're probably a year out.
Exactly. That's where we're seeing. And the last thing, and this is coming on strong here in the past few months, shortage of materials.
Yes.
I know windows and doors and that sort of thing, we're seeing a big problem with that. There's a lot of things that you just simply can't get done right now, where several years ago it was no problem.
Yeah. So what does that cause? What kind of problem does that cause for the homeowner? Or maybe some folks who have decided to stay put. John, how does that play out with values?
So what we see, insurance companies have what's called inflation guard. They increase slightly year over year, but it's not enough. We've got to actually educate our folks and let people know that if you don't look at your insurance policy, and you haven't looked at it in the past few years, more than likely you're underinsured. And that's where these three things come into play, and you can get into some trouble.
Now, in the buying process, that also plays into what your payment's going to be. So if you've been sitting in a $200,000 house and been paying a particular premium, if you move into the $300,000 price range, that's certainly going to have to increase your premium because it's going to have to increase your coverage. If your escrows are covering your insurance, it's going to come back on you on a month-to-month basis. So you got to take all of those things into consideration when you're buying in a really, really strong value market.
Right. So all that to be said, make sure you're educated when it comes to insurance, real estate. We're here to help you. There's a lot of professionals in the area that can help you. And I think Alan and I would both agree, talk to a professional, no matter what you do or what you're about to get into. Talk to somebody and educate yourself on what you're seeing and what we're seeing.
Absolutely. How can I get in touch with you, John?
So my email, johnherrin@jackbradley.com. Phone number, 706-778-2136.
And you can reach me at the office at 706-754-5101, or you can call me directly on my cell. That's 706-499-6708.
Good deal. Everybody have a great day. Thank you, guys.